Hey everybody, this is Grace, and pardon the little optical illusion here. It's a brick wall. But anyway, this video, I'm going to talk more about, I did a video yesterday. I'm trying to get them all organized. I had them on different channels. I'm trying to put them all on this channel. And about my trip to the ER on Saturday and what was rediscovered. Yeah. Again on CT, because of what happened was my dog, the one I nicknamed Mayhem as a puppy, he kicked me really hard in the stomach, well, in the abdominal area, and on the left side, and it was bad. And I went to rush myself to the hospital, and they did a CT, and they rediscovered this my adrenal problem. They found it first by accident also, not that hospital, but a different one, in the year 2000. And then this hospital did it again in 2004, did a CT then too. I don't know why they didn't show that, why it didn't show up on their records now. But anyway, for many years people have, doctors, especially healthcare professionals, have doubted me. And when I tell them, some of them wouldn't even order the records. Okay, seriously. I've done videos about that. But, and yesterday I went to, they had told me to go to see my, my regular doctor, which I had never seen. I had switched doctors in the middle of everything, going on since 2020. And I kept going kind of back and forth between my old one and this one. The old one changed. They were no longer there, and they had other people. Long story. But different healthcare professionals. Anyway, this one, I asked to see the doctor, but I saw the registered nurse. I liked her, and so far no problem. Yeah, but I'd never seen her in person. It was always telemed. Okay, anybody there I had not seen. So anyway, yesterday, and I also had the antibody test because I thought I had this. I thought I had COVID last year, say in February. I didn't realize I could have had it because that was new, and they were just saying if you have any symptoms, stay home. I don't even think they were really talking about it then. It was kind of later on. So, and I hadn't seen a doctor to have, and it was so new all around. And then I didn't know. I thought the antibody test would run out. It was so much confusion and everything. That how long you could take before you could, you wouldn't have, it wouldn't show up, whatever. But I had it yesterday. Now, there was some confusion at the end of it, and I was just ready to get out of there because I started coughing, whatever was going on. I started coughing when I was paying for it and all that, as I was checking out at the front. And I need to call them back today, and because there was some confusion about how they do their follow-up of my blood test. I think I have to actually have an appointment. And I remember telling the nurse practitioner, what she was, and that, can I do this over the phone instead of coming in? Because that was nerve-wracking to me, and to go in. So anyway, so she said yes. So, but the front desk, she was kind of confused. She said, "Don't you need another visit?" And I said, "Well, I got to have only for a follow-up." And we didn't make any kind of appointment. So, and I really want to find out, because I had looked at some symptoms of what I have, and some of those symptoms are the same. Like today, I also listened to Dr. John Campbell on YouTube. I've been watching him I don't know how long, but since all this is going on, he does a really good job in my opinion. I just judge by the way he does it. I'm not a healthcare professional provider, so nothing I say is that. But I watched him in some of those symptoms, and it made me curious. Okay, that I know what symptoms I had, but it was interesting. He was doing it on long COVID, but it was interesting when I started reading online, which I don't always trust what I read online. I really don't. But for my adrenal disorder, and I was thinking, man, these kind of overlap, and it makes me think, could it have been that instead? You know, really. But I've had it since I was like at least around age 10, because the symptoms that I've known about, I started at least around age 10. I'm 58. And anyway, at least this nurse practitioner, she said, we're going to get you some help. She said something like, you're not like in your 80s. You know, I don't know why she said that. But I didn't ask. I didn't prompt her to say that. She just did. I really like her, though. I really do. So far, you know. Okay, I got a lot out right then. All right, now on this part, you know, I've been going through so many emotions, feelings, and all this. Even though I knew since 2000 the problems I had with doctors, and they basically had told me, you just have to live with it. It's inoperable. It's too risky to operate. Way back then, and any of the doctors I've seen since, no, like I said. So I was under the assumption, well, okay, I'm still living with it. You know, still doing, and I tell them that kind of dismissive of me. Yeah, really bad. But anyways, since I went Saturday and they found that again at the hospital, they told me, I have been going, like I said, through so much thoughts and feelings, and really, and it's, you know, it's kind of gone back and forth between good and bad. You know, because I was mistreated a lot, abused because of this. You know, like I'm just saying, the doctors even stigmatizing me, doubting me, not even, you know, doing what they should be doing. You know, get the information and go from there. Sorry, the trash people. Real life happens in the middle of a video. Okay, you're backing up into the curb, dude. But anyway, so I've been going through all that. Overall, I'm feeling better, because all those doctors that just blew it off, and now there's one, you know, this practice, and the woman said, we're going to get you some help. Now, I do have to see an endocrinologist. They gave me a referral. Hopefully I'll remember to call. Memory, see, here it is. My memory is not that great, and I have sleep deprivation and insomnia kind of thing. Both, well, the insomnia I've heard is on both, and the memory, because of what it also causes me, together. Now, like I said, I'm not a healthcare professional provider. I'm going to find out. It could be both, you know. But I really thought that I had this, you know, had this long COVID. They call it long haulers at first. So I'll find out tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but they said 2 days, but I have to call today and find out if I can do that, make an appointment that soon, or what to do. But anyway, but some of the good things I was saying, you know, this is gonna, if it had been, you know, this COVID, then I'm kind of freed from. I've been stay home, stay safe since then, and very seldom ever went out. I never went and bought my own groceries. I only went into one grocery store one time, and that was earlier this year when Adam was in the hospital. I had to drop him off. Well, he was going back for a follow-up, and I had to drop him off, and I was way in Dallas, and I need to go to the restroom. Okay, simple. So I went into I think it was Kroger. Yeah, it was Kroger. A Kroger store. And but I didn't buy anything. I just went into the restroom and left. And I did go into a Dollar Tree that was there because I had time I had to kill and you know, use up. It was a disaster, and it was after all those Texas historic Texas winter storms, and they apparently had some leaks. You know, we did, in pipes and stuff. One of ours burst. But and basically, I hardly ever went into any place. One time a doctor told me to go in and see the pharmacist or the registered nurse or somebody. And I did that one time. And all this time, really, the other things were going through drive-thrus and not that often. Okay, and I'm always masked and, you know, very particular. So one of the things I feel like, and she even, the registered nurse yesterday, she even told me, yesterday, I don't want to say this like everybody should do what she says because she said it to me. No, she only said it to me. And she basically said, if I do have had it, if I do have the antibodies, I still need to be very careful. Okay. Don't worry about that. I learned my lesson. I'm not stupid. I mean, really, I'll probably be wearing masks whenever I go into any place for the rest of my life. Hopefully it's a long one. And I learned my lesson. And I think, and I've said this, I think that we humans have been really stupid. And but did we learn from this? Let's see. Anyway, but I think that it if I had it, it kind of frees me. I do plan on getting the get vaccinated, but it's going to depend. Okay, like she said, we can go and see what would be right for me, and I have to do that with an endocrinologist and her, and if I have had it, to see what to do, and if I haven't had it, to see what to do. So, but if I've had it, I'm out there. I'm going to go start buying my. One of the things I was saying was I'm going to go buy my own groceries. Okay, really, seriously. Okay. And now, seriously, I having to rely on, to go either have it delivered or pick up, and other people are doing the shopping. Having to rely on that, and not being able to see everything they have apparently at the store, and online. And there are things that I want to get that, I want to pick my own groceries. Okay. Now, I was only doing it because of both of our health. We're both diabetic and we're more vulnerable. He's had his shot back in April, I think it was. But, and he tried to do the grocery. He couldn't. He just big time fail. I mean, I've known him 40 years, and the parts that we've been together where I would be buying the groceries, it was me doing it. Okay, most of the 40 years, and here comes more noise. But I remember before I was saying the first thing I want to do is go into Tuesday morning. I don't like that store. A Tuesday morning. I did it when I was younger. Just recently they have it's somewhat new one here, and I like it. But and I remember another time saying Dollar Tree, but right now it's groceries. I want to buy my own groceries, and all that I need for things like that. One like Kroger or Walmart. We have a superstore, and here comes the noise. Okay, where was I? But yeah, I'm kind of getting excited, and now if I hadn't had it, it's going to be like, oh my goodness, but at least I know it was the symptoms of the adrenal. I just call it adrenal disorder because I'll tell you, I think I've heard it. I think that that nurse practitioners pronounced it, and that was the only time I've heard it pronounced. Yeah, but adrenal myelolipoma, I believe so. Okay, and I'll know. I'll have a better clue. Like I said, I won't know anything for certain until I see the endocrinologist. Well, I do know for certain because they have the CT, and the CT says that's what it is, and the results. So that's no doubt. But the symptoms, which one was it? Both or one? You see what I'm saying? But overall, I'm kind of happy, excited. And then I went and did something, looked online, and it said something about burst. The title was. I'm saying, I can't do that. I can't put more stress on me. One of the things is stress related to this. I'm trying to find ways to de-stress, to calm down, and it's kind of funny because I was saying these kinds of things before. So much had happened before. I had to go in and by the dog kicking me, pushing so hard on me. before then. So it was kind of like leading up to this. Now, that of course, there was no way I could predict the dog was going to, hit me so hard, and I'd have to go in, and that's what they would find. But it's kind of weird, the chain of events. And anyway, like, I'm going to transfer over some videos that I'd made. One of them was about people who are different, and how life isn't fair for people, some people who are different. And I had put that on another channel, uploaded it, I think it was on June 27th. Today is July 8th. And I'm downloading it right now, and I'm going to put it on this channel. And it was about that, and that was before all this. You see, it's just, some of it's just so coincidental. But anyway, I really feel like this urge to get things organized better. And I'm going to try that thing. I've heard people, those tipsters, which they say a lot of things and nothing ever works for me. But, putting up a whole month, 30 days, well, not a whole month, but it would be 30 days because some months are shorter. One is shorter and some are longer. Anyway, 30 days straight videos. I'm doing that on my original channel, which I think was in the shadows, and it still seems to be in the shadows. And I won't know if the results of that one until around, if it makes some change, because that's what they're saying, that it makes some kind of change and it resets the AI's way of looking at your channel and all this kind of stuff. Well, we shall see. That one, I mean, big time in the shadows. Like, sometimes nobody at all watches the videos, and I go in there and look to see how many it went out to. It's very seldom that it goes out to any of the people. The impressions and all that, very little. I'm talking like a few, double digits, not triple, just double digits in the lower ones quite often. But anyway, I'm going to try it on this channel too. And believe me, doing 30 days on that channel in a row, of course, I made some and I put them up, and then I didn't make them all in, each one day by day, but I scheduled them out, and I finally got that done a couple of days ago, I guess. And for, the total of 30 days, I think it's actually 31, but it was so much work to me, and many of them are shorts. Okay, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to try to do this channel. I think I might have to start making them I think I'm going to start on that day that one ends and do 30 days, on my other channel, and start then, and just try to, so I can keep up with them, better, instead of doing it all at once. And just see if it does anything like they say it does. Anyway, I'm wrapping this one up. That's what gets me, is because they get to be too long, and then I just, I listen to them before I make them and do all everything, and that can just take too long. Okay, wrapping it up. Talk to y'all in another video.